Today we are going to discuss the chapter 1 of economics, that is a story of village Palampur. So this chapter is completely based on a story of a village called Palampur. Palampur is an imaginary village. All the elements of the environment such as land, soil, water, plants, animals, minerals and so on were there, or we can say were present in the village. The village Palampur is well connected with the neighboring villages and towns like Raiganj. Bullock carts, tangas, motorcycles, jeeps, tractors, trucks, these type of visible transport facilities are available on the road of Palampur. In the village of Palampur, it has two primary school and one high school. There is a government primary health center also and a primary dispensary. The village Palampur has around 450 families which belong to different castes and creeds. The main activity of the village is farming, and around 80 families of the upper caste own the majority of the land in the village Palampur, and around one third population of the village belong to scheduled caste. There are other activities in the Palampur village like dairy, transport, small scale manufacturing, which also helps to run the economy of the village. Most of the houses in the village are well equipped with electricity. Electricity is also responsible for the tube wells in the fields. Many small scale businesses also use electricity for the daily purposes. As we have understood that farming is the main production activity in the village Palampur, most of the people are dependent on farming for their livelihood. So we can say that the economic activities of the people were closely related to the environment. The whole village was producing almost all its bare necessities of life. Its relationship with the other village and the outside world were limited. Simple tools were used by the farmers to cultivate fields. As different people had different occupations, so people used to exchange goods with each other. Now we are going to discuss organization of production. So as we know, for the production of crops or services or any kind of good, there are four factors that are used in the production. They are land, capital, labor, enterprises. Out of these four factors, the first and the most important factor is land. Land includes other natural resources like forest, minerals, water. These natural resources are the most important factor in the production. Now the second is, or we can say second requirement is labor. There are many production and manufacturing activities which require highly educated workers, while other activities require manual labor. Third requirement is physical capital. These are of two types. First is fixed capital. So in this we can say tools, machines, building can be used in the production over many years. These factors of production are called fixed capital. Now the second is working capital. This includes the factors of production which are used up in the production. Raw materials, money in hand are called working capital. Now, one needs knowledge and enterprise to be able to combine or arrange all the factors of production to produce an output, that is known as entrepreneur. Now, the next topic is farming in the village Palampur. So, as we have discussed, farming is the most important activity in Palampur. Almost 75% of the working population is involved in the farming activities. So the story of village Palampur is incomplete without the farming activities. And since the year 1960, in village Palampur, there has been no expansion in the land area under cultivation. By then, some of the wastelands in the village had been converted to the cultivable land, but there exists no further scope to increase the farm production by bringing new land under cultivation. Over the years, there have been important changes in the way of farming which have allowed the farmers to produce more crops from the same amount of land. So during the winter season, or we can say the Rabi season, people grow wheat and sugarcane crops. And during the Kharif season, people grow bajra and jowar for their cattle. And between the month of October and December, people cultivate potatoes. So now the question is how farmers are able to grow multiple crops throughout the year. So we can say due to the availability of electricity in the village, the irrigation system has been improved. The land on which irrigation is being done was improved efficiently, and due to the concept of multiple cropping, farmers are able to grow more than one crop in a year. All the farmers in the village Palampur grow at least two main crops in a year, and many are growing potato as their third crop. And the production from the same piece of land can be increased by using the various modern techniques like the use of HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides in the farming, which will increase the production. And due to the uncertainty of the monsoon, the farmers use electric run tube wells to irrigate the field. As tube wells were first installed by the government, but soon people were able to set up their own tube wells. Now, with the use of electricity, people are now able to use the tube wells to irrigate their fields. In the year 1960, a major turning point was seen in the field of agriculture in our country, and this is known as Green Revolution. Green Revolution basically refers to the increase in the production of food crops, especially the wheat crop. This revolution led to the increase in the production of food grain in our country. The revolution is called green because due to its tremendous increase in the greenery in our country. From the year 1960 to 1980, this particular time is known as golden era due to the rapid increase in the production of food grain. And because of this revolution, our country became self sufficient and even started having buffer stocks of food items which can be used during the time of natural calamities like flood and drought. There are few drawbacks or the limitation of green revolution, like the HYV seeds need plenty of water and also chemical fertilizers. The higher production is only possible from the combination of HYV seeds, irrigation, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides. Even in many areas, the green revolution is associated with the loss of the soil fertility due to the increased amount of chemical fertilizers were used. The continuous use of the groundwater from the tube wells, the level of groundwater table in the ground has been reduced. As we have learned, land is an important factor of production, and in the village Palampur, about one third of the 450 families are landless. Dalits have no land for the cultivation. 240 families of village Palampur cultivate small plots of land less than 2 hectares in size. In Palampur, there are 60 families of medium and the large farmers who cultivate more than 2 hectares of land. Now, the next factor of production is labor. Farming requires a great deal of hard work. Small farmers, along with their families, they cultivate their own field. They provide the labor required for farming themselves. Whereas, on the other hand, the medium and the large farmers hire farm laborers to work on their fields. And these farm laborers are having low wages, and their wages also vary from region to region and from crop to crop, and there is a wide variation in the duration of employment also. Now we are going to discuss about capital. So there is a huge amount of capital it is required in the modern farming method. Small farmers have lack of capital. They borrow money or loans from the large farmers or the money lenders at very high rate of interest. There are three type of capital which are mostly used in any organization, that is working capital, fixed capital and human capital. Now the next topic is sale of surplus farm products. As we have discussed, farmers produce crops on their land by using the three factors of production: land, labor, and capital. They retain a part of produce for their self consumption and sell the surplus in the nearby market. The part of the farm produce which is sold in the market is known as marketable surplus. The small farmers have little surplus output, whereas it is the medium and the large farmers only who have substantial surplus produced for selling in the market. The non-farming activities in the village Palampur. All the activities, economic activities which require little land are known as non-farming production activities. And as we have discussed, 25% population of village Palampur, they are engaged in the non-farming production activities like dairy, small scale industries, shopkeepers and transport. One by one we are going to discuss all these. So the first one is dairy. So dairy is a common activity in many families of village Palampur. People feed their cattle on various kind of grasses or jowar and bajra that are grown during the kharif season. So we can say that milk is sold in the nearby villages and the towns, and the milk is transported to faraway towns and cities also. Now the next is small scale manufacturing in village Palampur. So less than 50 people are engaged in the manufacturing activities in the village. The manufacturing activities in the village Palampur involves very simple production methods and done on the small scale. They are carried out mostly at home or in the fields with the help of the family labor. The next non-farming production activity is shopkeepers of village Palampur. So the traders of the Palampur are shopkeepers who buy various goods from the wholesale market in the cities and sell them in the villages. There are a few small general stores in the village selling a wide range of the items like rice, wheat, sugar, tea, oil, biscuits, soap, toothpaste, batteries, candles, notebooks, pen, pencil and so on. Now the last activity, that is transport. There are a variety of the vehicles on the road connecting Palampur to Raiganj, that are rickshawala, tangawala, jeep, tractor, truck drivers and people driving the traditional bullock cart and people in the transport activities. They ferry people and goods from one place to another place in return to get paid for that.